2024 looks like it's going to be one hell of a year for gamers. 2024 looks steadfast it's going to be the year for gamers itself, with amazing new titles like Rise of the Ronin, Dragon's Dogma, Stellar Blade, and even we might see an Elden Ring DLC springing up this year. 2024 looks like it's going to be the year to be a gamer itself, with more exciting news springing left and right about Xbox might be stopping making new hardwares. The very first hint of a PlayStation 6 has been hinted itself, and Stellar Blade is looking to be the game is going to reshape the dialogue within the gaming community itself, and most importantly within the woke world of the Western society itself. Much more to be talked about right here in your daily news, as me as your host Yashin and Meltdown. I welcome every single one of you of course to my gaming channel, Ashen Games itself. Starfield is reportedly coming to the PlayStation 5, along with other Xbox exclusives. Microsoft gaming leadership has reportedly decided to release more games on its rival platforms. Microsoft reportedly planning to release Starfield on the PlayStation 5 as part of a new initiative to bring more Xbox exclusive games to other consoles itself. That is according to the Xbox Era News, which cites anonymous resources who claims that the Bethesda RPG has been planned to release on Sony consoles alongside the previous rumors High Rush and the Sea of Thieves ports. According to the publication sources, Microsoft is planning to release Starfield for the PlayStation 5 after the game planned Shattered Space expansion, which is due to arrive on the Xbox and the PC later this year. It claims that Microsoft has made additional investments into the PlayStation 5 development kit to support development efforts. On the surface, the move would represent a significant change into the Microsoft gaming strategy, which have previously seen its biggest titles exclusive to Xbox console itself, other than those who were already multi-platform before joining the Xbox atmosphere, such as Minecraft or The Elder Scrolls Online. However, Xbox already releases all the first-party games on PC immediately, and PlayStation 5 reportedly outsell Xbox Series consoles significantly. It is possible that the company has decided to see the potential software sales that can no longer be ignored. According to the Xbox Era reports, Microsoft senior leadership have reportedly debated the various pros and cons of releasing more of their exclusive software elsewhere. And internally, not everyone is necessarily happy with this decision, but we're coping about the potential loss of money left on the table itself, that not releasing elsewhere, the argument already won. Officially, Microsoft head of gaming Phil Spencer has said every single game exclusive will be decided case by case, and privately, according to the last FTC lawsuits, the executive have eternally had an internal conversation suggesting that all Bethesda games would be exclusive going forward. Evidence is mounting, however, that Xbox could be softening its approach. Last month, multiple journalists reported that the rare Sea of Thieves is being planned for the Sony consoles release, alongside the last year critical well-received the Hi-Fi Rush. According to Daniel Ahmed, the director of research inside the Nico Partners, said an increased multi-platform strategy will be a win-win for Microsoft and Game Pass. While console is still important to Xbox, Microsoft is pretty clear that Microsoft's goal for a while will be that its game can have the necessary accessibility anywhere and everywhere. Hence why you could play Xbox games on PC or on mobile via cloud. Game Pass also tying into that. PlayStation and Nintendo release will just be another extension to the strategy itself. The final report indicates that some kind of delay release for PlayStation itself, which is again similar for PlayStation strategy for PC itself. So on this report, strategy Xbox console and Game Pass will be still the priority for Xbox itself. But will this mean that Xbox will officially stop making hardware? Until this day is still very unclear, but it looks like Xbox is prioritizing his sales first and making sure that every single game that is being released, supposed to be an exclusive for PlayStation, has the necessary cloud everywhere and anywhere for every single gamer to be enjoyed. It's still unclear what is the future of Xbox going to be, but every single additional news, of course, you're gonna hear it right here. Stellar Blade is the newest upcoming action-adventure game developed by Shift Up and published by Sony Entertainment. This game is scheduled to be released on the PlayStation 5 on April 26, 2024. Stellar Blade is the newest playable third-person action-adventure game which focuses on combat and focuses on grasping the attack patterns of your enemies and countering on precise timing itself. The game itself is set on the nearest future where humanity is driven from Earth after losing a war against the alien invader called the Natiba. To reclaim Earth itself, the protagonist Eve and her squad are deployed from the colony to fight the Natiba and take back Earth. Eventually, Eve meets a survivor named Adam who leads her to Zion, the last surviving humanity city on Earth itself. Eve then takes contact with the Elder Oracle and establishes a relationship with the resistance of Zion in order to further her mission to save Earth itself. I know all of these things should be the only thing that you should be excited about, but unfortunately the game itself had been clouded by different form of controversy and mostly about the beauty of the main protagonist Eve itself. Eve is portrayed by the beautiful Korean model Shin Jong-won, and I apologize if I pronounce your name wrong, which her body has been fully scanned in the 3D aspects, where right now within the Western society that is something that should not be happening. Beautiful people in any shape or form should not be represented any longer because the Western agenda right now is establishing itself within the woke agenda of creating hideous characters that looks like Shrek itself. Within the atmosphere of the gaming development, the Korean developer Shift Up decided to take an artistic take and showcasing the beauty of the Korean society towards the beauty of the Korean model of South Shin Jun-won. This entire controversy is completely ridiculous. The controversy is surrounding the portrayal of a woman in a game called Project Eve, or used to be called Project Eve, now it's called Stellar Blade, has sparked even into today a huge debate within the Western society and how women or people should be representing in gaming in generally itself. The video of the model is being scanned into a game caused a completely meltdown with people making fun of the Western game developers and journalists who were upset about a realistic portrayal of a beautiful woman. It's like the West are saying there's no such thing as beautiful people and they should not be represented any longer. Stellar Blades spotlights is a reality check about real life beautiful people used for protagonists, and it is upsetting the woke gamers agenda in the Western society. This discrepancy between the models in the Western world and Japanese games is causing a controversy and frustration among gamers itself. Digital Foundry criticized Project Eve, aka Stellar Blade, female character for hyper proportion and being unrealistic, sparking debate over representations in game itself. Gamers just want to have fun in games, that is the most important thing. They also want to have a visual appealing model in towards the game. Western gamers are upset that the South Korean PlayStation studio ignores the demands and doesn't bend their knee towards them. And luckily, that is the case. The bottom line is the game should be judged on how it performs and not how it looks in form of the character model itself. Every single one of us wants to play and have fun in an open world and in a world that we can dive ourselves completely in and lose ourselves in. That is what it means to be a gamer itself. And more than anything, we want to play in a game where the protagonist looks not only astonishing to see, but also feels astonishing to play with as well. And unfortunately, that's something that in the Western world still does not get, or at least refuse to get within the woke agenda that is now steadfasting like a form of a cancer in the Western world itself. Respect should be have and should be made for every single person out there. And the Western world, you need to understand that your norms and value does not apply for us or anybody else in the rest of the world itself. If the Korean developers Shift Up want to represent the culture towards the beauty of the women itself, that is how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be it. And we should be judging the game itself and not the developers or the artistic choice that they made in showcasing the beauty of the game's culture and of course the world they're trying to create itself. It's a shame that the West has shifted the priority towards a way that I personally, as an African itself, as an African content creator itself, could not respect any way, shape or form itself. It's a sad thing to see that the West has shifted himself from making games like Lara Croft, where the protagonists were strong, beautiful and intelligent and intriguing to play with, towards characters like these two that looks like Shrek itself. Hideo Kojima locks in Metal Gear Solid's spiritual successor for the PlayStation 6. Hideo Kojima has announced a spiritual successor for Metal Gear Solid is in its works for PlayStation Sony, seamlessly codenamed Psy-Int, and is targeting the next generation game hardware. In the very first State of Play of 2024, huge things were announced during the Sony PlayStation State of Play for near and long-term future plans, but especially the one thing that stick by every single gamer out there was not only the very lengthy trailer of Death Stranding 2, but the hype surrounding what Kojima said after the announcement on camera itself, which is going to be the next spiritual successor within his Metal Gear Solid action espionage genre made by his own name. Seemingly codenamed Psy-Int, this game will be in production and in development the earliest after the release of Death Stranding 2. Which means from 2 years from now is the only way we could be able to see what the works is going to be, look, play and feels like. Thus the project is probably targeting the next generation console itself and hardware, those the PlayStation 6. This is also going to mark the 40th anniversary of the gaming production career itself, and he's confident that his title is going to be a culmination of all of his work has done so far. A lot of things to be excited for the future of gaming itself, and of course every single thing you know right here within Asher Gaming itself. I'm your host Yasha Lord Meltdown, welcome to my gaming channel, and this was your Gaming Asher News. Thank you very much, merci beaucoup, et à plus, bonne soirée, bonne journée, bon après-midi, and I'll see you guys next time, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys on Twitch. Ciao ciao. One love only. Peace.